Okay, so this video is about how to change the color and opacity of your shapes. So once again, I'm starting with my river picture here. And I got my triangle tool selected. By the way, like I said in the earlier video, if you can't see the tools, you can't see all of these panels over here, you're going to have to go back to the getting started on Photoshop directions. All right, so triangle, if you see on the little corner, there should be a little arrow kind of thing. And if you click on it just in the right way, you should be able to get the rest of the tools. It has a drop down menu. I find mine sometimes is annoying. But you'll be able to get it. It's there. It's like you have to get it right in the right spot. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to do the rectangle and the ellipse tool. So the rectangle tool is obviously going to create a rectangle, but if you hold it down with shift, it's going to create a square. And then if you do the ellipse tool, you can make a perfect circle with that tool in the same way. If you hold down shift, you're going to make perfect circles. And if you don't, you're going to have ellipses. So whenever it's like that, you've got the little boxes and the blue line around it. That means it's actively being still worked on. You can change the size with these little white boxes. You can pull them, right? But once you push return, the little boxes go away. Now, if you look down here in your layers palette, I want you to, kind of see how that's working. It put the ellipse on a separate layer and it put these on the same layer. And that has to do with this shape configuration tool up here, this little square. Right now it's set for new layer, but you can set it for combined shapes. New layer would be there's a new layer for every single shape you make. And like in the other videos, I showed you what the other things do. So if you don't want your shapes to be on one layer like that, you're going to want to push on new layer each time. And then your shapes will come out on a new layer. So here's one right here, and you can see now it's making new layers for each one. Why would you want that? You'll see. You want it because you want to be able to move it independently without the other ones moving. Okay, so now I've got these shapes. I want to just show you how to change their color. Right now you can see the palette I'm working with is down here. This like blue color. So you can change the color down here, but it'll only change it for new shapes that you create after this. So how do I have this selected? Well, let me start from the beginning. I'm going to push return. If they all look like this, how do I select a shape? I think now you're going to find out why we want to, oh, here we go. If you have them on different layers, then you can select those shapes all separately. But this layer right here is going to be all together. So you're going to have to change them all together, which is why you might not like that. At any rate, right now I have clicked on Command T, and I've got the grayed out layer that I want to work on. So make sure that the layer you want to work on is gray. Push Command T or Edit Transform, and it's going to select all those shapes. So let's talk about what color we want them to be. Hang on. Oh, where's my fill? Hang on. Oh, there we go. I got off of Command T, and now I can see my fill menu up here. Fill, stroke, all that stuff. So stroke's going to be an outline around the shapes. I guess I don't use that too much. Let's see if we can move that up, make it thicker so you can see it. I just chose black, and then on this slider right here, you can move that up. There is like different kinds of outlines you can do, dotted, dashed, all that kind of thing. And then fill, if you click on fill, and you can see I'm on the right layer over here, right? I'm on only the layer I want to work on. If you go to fill, you can choose any color you like with this picker or this little circle. Pick whatever color you want. You can pick the colors based on these little menus, these little folders here, or I use gradients a lot. This is the gradient, so it's gray, lighter, lighter, lighter white. If you click on that, it's going to give you a black to white gradient, but you can see you can choose all these. And underneath gradient, you can see all of these choices. Now, I do have this one shows it, and you can see that it's a gradient that goes from blue to clear, which is why the top one's completely clear. But most of them don't do that. Most of them be opaque. Speaking of opaque, if you want to change the opacity, you can see there's a little box right here. Click on it, and you can turn the opacity down, and now they're see-through, which is actually kind of nice because you can see the water through them. When you're happy with it, I would just get out of that menu. And now you've got some colors. Now, if you want to change the colors of a different one, you'd have to choose the layer that that one is associated with. Push return to get those little boxes away from it. And once again, go up here to this menu. I'm in color picker right now. Hang on. Choose a color, push OK. I think, is that me a stroke? Yeah, I don't know. Also, if you don't want it to keep creating these shapes and having to push cancel, you can go up here to something else like the move tool, and that way it won't do that anymore. So that is how we change the colors of the shapes.